everyone. Let's start today's lecture. Today we have a lot of things to do because next week we have already midterm on lecture. Don't forget to bring your notebooks. If those who don't have no notebooks or opportunity to come on the lecture, uh, write directly to Dmitry or for me about your problems, and we suggesting you we will get you another time for midterm exam. But better to came on the lecture because you will have 2 hours during the lecture to create your midterm task. According to the midterm task, as I said, it will be some objects. You will get personal reference randomly, and you should create only model from this reference without any textures, without UVs, without rendering, just model. But this model should be with a clear topology, without any 5 angles or some. And you should try to make it like on the reference with good proportions and details. Maybe if you have a really hard reference, you can skip some small details, but you should create the overall model from the reference. And don't forget, it will be on the 1st of March on the next lecture. And that's why today we are going to make a lot of things according to our kitchen, because after midterm we have already deadline for this kitchen. And let's talk about deadlines. Uh, on this Sunday, you will get a deadline for the modeling part. After that, you will get deadline for the texturing part. And the final deadline will be on the 8 weeks, where you need to finish rendering with your image. The render is the process when you make everything looks fine, shaded with the lighting, and you get final image from your work. And this image should be like reference, you like chosen reference. And that's why today we are going to continue do with our kitchen. We are going to work with the windows, we are going to work with the light, and talk about shaders. First, let's roughly make some windows according to the reference. We need the space before we start make some light. And let's see where is our reference. According to the reference, we have these rounded windows. Let's make it really roughly, just for make just for the space for the lighting. Okay, we have some arc here, and we can model arc by using some supported edges. Let's divide this space, and I'm going to I'm using multicut with 50 percentage, and with the multicut I can divide this space for the arc. I can make it a little bit roughly. Or maybe I can use some bevel. Let's think about. Here will be our arc. Maybe I'm duplicate this wall as a reserve, and now I can delete faces here. or maybe let me think about it. Circularized. Okay, let's delete. And we can use some bridge to connect these parts. Today we have really much work on this kitchen to the finish it. And maybe we can use here some bevel. With some more fractions. Maybe we can use some scale and set up by the hand this arc. This is a really rough settings for this arc, and here we also need to create some multicuts. And let's delete these spaces. Let's bridge these gaps. And let's select these edges and make some bevel on the corners with two segments and with a fraction. This is a really rough uh, arcs for this kitchen. And now you can see some shaders misses. We can select this part and assign white wall material here to change this green light. Green, it means when you model object, sometimes after bridge or extrude, it can be green. It means the shader is missed, and you just need to reassign material on this part, and you will get fine result. Next, I'm going to create some window here inside of these arcs, and we are going to use some glass material on it. For the window, I'm going to use some cubes with a small depth on it, and we can put inside of these windows. This is really rough because we don't have much time for modeling perfect windows, but if you have time, you should model everything here. But for the windows, you can use this small cube with a depth and put inside your window. And we are going to assign some glass material on these windows, and it can be some transparent material where we get some light. Another one, I'm going to create some I forgot how it calls потолок on English. Huh? Yes, we need to create um, for the bottom part, we can also use some cube, and let's change origin here, and we can snap it into the corner, and we can scale this out, and we can assign the same material as we used on the walls. It can be white, it can be smaller. We just need to focus on our position of the camera. We are going to use our camera view. Uh, we are going to use this view for the rendering, and that's why we need to close every parts of this kitchen to create some natural light. Next, I'm going to increase the size of the room little bit more. I can just move these walls because I need some space for the camera. When we close every walls, we need enough space to put some camera for the rendering view. And also you can use some separate walls. I can use the same plane here to close the wall here on this side. We're just closing our room for better lighting. And let's check our camera view. Here we can see walls. If we don't have enough space, we can increase the size of the room and move these walls a little bit far away from the stand. It's easy for camera manipulation. We don't need to model every pieces of this room. We just need to close these gaps for the light, and we can check our camera angle. If everything fits we have enough space for the camera. And let's close with the ceiling, and we can increase the size of our floor. We can close our room. Maybe here we can also keep this open for the better lighting, because if you close everything, lights will not come inside of this room. If you don't close, you will get some really bright and like outdoor lighting settings. Um, and if you don't close, it will be not natural like in the indoor lighting. And that's why we making these walls and ceiling and floor here to provide real environment for the indoor lighting. And now we're ready for setting up the light. And lighting is a really interesting part of rendering process. With a really good light, you will get a nice and realistic render result. Uh, the part of the lighting, shading, when you set up shading and render quality, names rendering process. Without any light, you will not get the final quality image, and without setting up the good shaders, you will not achieve some realism. And that's why all of these settings come together. And you can start setting up the light even if you don't have any textures on it. You can use some basic materials for setting up first light, and after that you are going to create some shaders. I will send you some interesting tutorials that will help you to create really good rendering process. This is the first part of tutorial. You can use it. On this first part, you can see some of materials have some basic setup. This one is a really good tutorial for the lighting process. Here is even without any shaders, you can set up light first, and after that create some textures. Or you can create some textures first, after that you will set up the light and fix some shaders for the process. And here you can see some lightings and understanding why we need some windows here. And also you can watch these tutorials. The second part of these tutorials is about shaders, and you will understand the meaning of shaders. And today we are going to use this approach to creating some um, nice render for this kitchen. Let's continue. I'm going to create for this cube glass material. Here will be our glass. Let's assign first AI standard surface material on it, and we are going to use some preset, and we can use glass and replace on it. Now it's transparent material, and we can use light through this transparent material. And also we can name it uh, window material. After that, we can assign some light on this scene. Let's go to the Arnold render. Here we have physical sky and we have sky dome light. These both lights help you to create environmental light. Uh, in our world we have some sun and sky, and we get if we have daytime we get light from the sun and light from the sky, and when this light comes into the room, uh, some photons took the walls and come back, and after it hits the walls, these photons make all of this object seen through our eyes. And this is how light works. In Maya, we have some uh, with the Arnold, we already have some presets and default lights which help us to create indoor lights. When we use the lights from Arnold, we will get already good and pre-made shadows, and we have some how it calls global illumination inside of this scene. That's why we are going to close every piece of this room to provide better global illumination in this scene and get some real light from these windows. And if you don't have enough light, you can make more windows. For example, you can add some windows here or windows here, and you will get some more brighter result. But let's try to use only these two windows, and let's set up a default physical sky. Let's apply this physical sky, and now we need to open Arnold render view, and through this Arnold render view we will see some results. Without any light sources you will get black image here. But if you apply some physical sky or sky dome light, you will get default result. And after that, we are going to set some parameters to achieve realism on this scene. Now you see we already get some uh, light here, but it's not bright and not comes into the room. For the window, I'm going to change some Arnold, and let's make it opaque. Uh, and let's see how light is going on. I think it's not affected. Okay, next we are going to see settings of this sky dome light and physical sky. In this physical sky, uh, we have settings for the sky dome light and physical sky. In physical sky, we have intensity of the sun. We can increase this intensity. And we can change some azimuth of this light and maybe change some direction. You can stop and play this pre-render. Let's increase this cerebrity or not. Let's increase the intensity of this sky. With much intensity, now we can see what's going on inside of the scene. Maybe let's hide our window first and see result. We can increase in the sky dome light exposure, make it 5. And now we can see we get some lights. And we can play with this exposure to increase or decrease the size. Let's unhide our cube for the window. We can increase some intensity. Okay, this is how look sky dome light with a physical scan. Sun, let's hide this one and let's use just sky dome light and see what we have. With just sky dome light, uh, we uh, we can apply some colors on this sky dome light. We can use not only color, we can use some texture on this sky dome light, and we can apply some HDRI texture on it. With the HDRI texture, we can find it on Polyheaven or HDRI skies. Uh, Whenever we get some skies, you can download. You should find EXR materials, and with this sky, we also get some light from this sky. We can use maybe something with mountains, like on the image below. Maybe this one is convenient for our settings. Uh, you can download in the EXR format. You can use 2K texture and download this HDRI image and use for the sky dome light as image settings, as light settings. Let's download it. And we are going to use this as a texture on sky dome light. Let's copy and paste in our folder. Inside our textures, and let's assign this color on the sky dome light. In the sky dome light settings, inside of the color, we can assign EXR file we just downloaded. And we will get some sky color on it. Here is our moon. It's night sky. And let's see the result. Now we can see the colors behind and the colors inside. And in the settings, in the sky dome light, we can increase the exposure and see what happens. And now from the HDRI sky, we get nice color from the environment and from the sun. And we can rotate this sky dome light to find where is our sun. And physically from this sun, here's some sun, we can get also information from the light. Let's change camera view and see how light changes according to this sky dome light. If you want to achieve some bright light and shadows in this scene, we can add some new light. We can use some directional light. Directional light, it's like 3D sun with some rays from the sun, and we can just manipulate with this position of these rays, and we can put it like here. Let's see, we have some shadows, ray trace shadows we have, and we can see how it looks like. We can hide for now this sky dome light and see just light from this directional light. Inside of the directional light, we can also increase some intensity. And now you can see how light goes into the stand. And we can use both sky dome light and directional light to provide like a sunlight in the stand. With the help of directional light, we will get this nice uh, light and shadows from the window. I think it's gets more realism on the stand, and you can rotate this directional light to see the nice shadows and light in the stand. Let's stop and change some camera view. And now you can see how this shadows is changed. Maybe previous one looks much better. This one. And also we have some light portal which will help you to get some brightness inside of the stand without applying another kind of lights. And also if we can see in the Arnold or in the standard default lights, we have indirect lights which is sky dome light, like directional light, and we have some light sources like point light. For example, if you have some light bulbs inside of your kitchen, you can use point light to create some artificial light inside of the stand. Uh, First, we're setting up natural light from the environment. After that, we can apply some artificial lights inside of the stand. Where we have light sources, you can put some light bulbs like area light, mesh light, photogrammetry light. For the photogrammetry light, you can create some spotlight effects. For example, if you have in kitchen some photogrammetry light, how to use photogrammetric lights. You can download some light settings for this photogrammetry light and achieve some interesting light effects. Here is some photogrammetric lights with the different types of light sources, and for the artificial spotlights, if you have some spotlights inside of the kitchen from the for example uh, you can use these settings and set up this photogrammetry light. You can use this tutorial, and in this tutorial uh, you can download ES files for these photogrammetry lights. Here's ES files. I can download it for you. Let's download, and you can use these ES files to provide artificial light in your kitchen. This is really helpful. Some of you have these lights in the references, and you can use this with these tutorials. Okay, and what else we have? We have some light portal. We can use this IE light portal to increase the light inside of the stand. Let's scale this up and put this portal light where we have some windows. Let's see what we have in the render. I think this portal light not help. Let's delete this portal light and see, maybe without this portal will be better. Yes, without portal we get better result. Another way how you can use much brighter in the stand, we can move this wall a little bit. And let's see how it affects. Yes, inside of this corner, it becomes a little bit brighter. Another way of increasing the sky is using some volume here. Inside of the sky dome light, we can increase volume a little bit. Let's make snapshot from this preview and re-render this out. This snapshot help you uh, to я забыла, как на английском сравнить. Compare, да. Yes, this snapshot help you to compare between settings and choose better result. And now let's see the difference. Let's stop this render, make snapshot, and let's see the difference is not good. Maybe we can increase some camera and let's re-render. Render takes a really long time. Be patient with, be prepare for this process. You can now decrease the quality a little bit, and the size of your image for the preview. When you finish with the settings, you can increase the quality and get final image. But for the pre-render, to speed up this process, we can increase the settings a little bit. Okay, maybe we can use more exposure. More exposure can overburn your scene, and you should choose parameter that fits better. And we can use this I think with the parameters of 5 we get a nice and bright result in the scene, and after that we can start make some shaders inside of the scene. Okay, we have some results, and inside of the scene we need to use better shadings. For example, for these ways I'm going to use Arnold standard surface, and maybe we can use uh, some ceramic, and let's replace preset for the ceramic, and maybe we can use some color on it, some brown color. Some of you have some flowers inside of the scene, and we can use flowers from the Maya. We can open modeling, and where we have some window. content browser. In the content browser, we have some paint effect. Inside paint effect, we have some flowers. And we can use flowers from this paint effect. We just need to select any kind of flowers, and we activated this paint effect. If we draw here, we will get some flowers. Where is flowers? And we get these really small flowers here. Maybe let's Control Z, undo, and we can draw these flowers. I think this one is really small, but we can scale it a little bit. And what happens when we scale it? Let's check if we have some textures on these flowers. Ah, no, we didn't see these flowers on the render, and we can convert paint effect to polygons. And after that, we should see these flowers. Yes, when we convert it, we can see these flowers with the textures, and on the render, we should see these flowers. Now we can see these small flowers, and we can use this paint effect to create some really rough flowers and put it inside the vase. Let's use these ones. We can remove some leaves and use just them. We can increase the size. Make it bigger, and we can combine them together. Freeze, delete history, and with the faces we can move them into bouquet, and maybe I'm going to use some 5 from this one, and with the help of this paint effect we can create some flowers in the vase. We can rotate them. We need another one, and others we can delete. And let's delete this one with the help of face selection, and let's put this inside of the vase and check how it looks like. We can scale it even more and put inside. Maybe we can zoom it a little bit and use this for bookmarks. Let's go back to our Arnold render and see result. And now we have some flowers in the vase. Another one which is useful in the kitchen, we can create the curtains by using some enclose. With the help of enclose, we can easily make some pillows, curtains in the stand, and let's add we don't have on the reference, but some of you have some curtains in the stand. Let's add some. Let's save this result. And for the curtains, I'm going to use some plane. In the plane, we can add scale. We can rotate this plane. And from this plane, I'm going to create some curtains. Let's zoom, scale it, scale them according to our stand. And let's increase the number of subdivisions for this plane, maybe 30. After that, I'm going to save this result, make sure that my render stops, and I'm going to use some VFX method. From FX folder, we have some claws. We can create claws for this plane. Let's apply some claws, and when we play it, this start falls down. We can increase the number of frames at the bottom and play again. Now this plane is falls down. We need some supported cube. Let's scale this a little bit. Put this cube, sorry, above our curtains. Scale this a little bit, and with the help of constraint, we can attach our curtain to the plane, to this small piece. For this, we can select vertices from the curtain above. We can select every vertex above. Let's check. And I'm going to attach these vertices for this mesh. In the constraint, we have points to surface. We should press it. When we press it points to surface, now when we play, this curtain not falls. But we need to change this curtain a little bit. Uh, with the help of FX menu, we have this play start interactive playback. We can increase the number of frames even more. And during the play, we can change the scale of this supported cube. We can select this cube, scale this a little bit. Where is the scale? Stop. Again, play on the selected, and now during the play interactive we can make this curtain, and wait until it's look nice, maybe something like this. When you really like result, you can stop and Ctrl D from the selected. And it's freeze. When you come back on the first plane, now you can see again you need to rescale this cube a little bit. And what I see, we need more subdivisions on this curtain. Let's maybe smooth this little bit. Save before, because sometimes Maya crash on when you get some uh, more polygons on the simulation. And now we can start again with this process and get some really nice shape of these curtains. Maybe you should wait until it gets down during the simulation. When it's ready for the calculation and falls down, you can increase even more frames for the simulation to achieve better result. Use this button for the simulation instead of just play. Maybe for this clause we need to attach some preset in the attribute editor, where we have output clause. We don't have presets. Okay. In the clause we have presets. Now we have presets. Here we can use some chiffon, maybe. Let's replace. Let's go back to the first frame, and we can start again with the simulation. And after changing the types of material, you can see different result. Let's increase some mass. In the nucleus, we can increase gravity and see what happens. I think this one is nice. When you get nice, you can select and duplicate from this clause. Uh, and when you finish, you can delete this plane, nucleus, and clause, rigid body, dynamic constraint, supported, some other supported planes and cubes. And now you're ready with these curtains. After that, you can use maybe some uh, soft selection, and you can, with the soft selection, drag corners and put some details on these curtains, additional. With the help of simulation, you can provide these curtains into your scene. And you don't need to model these folds on this curtain, just using enclose effect to providing these curtains. Okay, maybe we can put it somewhere here. Next, what we have, we can create some pillows with the clothes. If you have some pillows inside of the stand, we can use the simple cube. How many times we have? We have 1 hour. Let's make some pillow with a cloth simulation. Let's save. For the pillow, we need also we need to divide this cube into more subdivisions. It should be some square. And here we need to add some more subdivisions on the height. And we can depress it like this. And we should go to the FX menu, apply some enclose on it, and in the pressure, whereas we have some pressure settings, in the pressure, we should put something like 5 or even more. And let's play. When we play, we have this pressure inside of this cube, and we get this pillow. The same, more subdivisions you have, the more quality close you will get at the end. For example, let's add more subdivisions and again press play until it's pressure. And don't forget to make some stop. When you stop, you can duplicate from this object and again go back for the first plane and press play and stop, and you will get different shape from the same pillow, and you can also duplicate from this, move it, and you can do it until you will get some nice result for the pillows. And you can use this method to make some pillows. When you finished, you can delete enclose, nucleus, and use duplicated ones without simulation. And here's some pillows. Okay, I don't need any pillows in the interior. Let's hide this out. Next, what we can do, let's talk about shaders. Uh, Now we have some light inside of the scene. We have some materials, textures, but we don't have any realism on it, especially on our floor. We need to set up quality shader. For better understanding, you can see this tutorial for the shading, and you will get understand it more. But first, let's go and add some more maps, texture maps on this floor. And let's, instead of standard Lambert, use a standard shader for it. If we use just Lambert, here we have some settings. We have only color, transparency, ambient, bump map, and diffuse. Uh, if we use some Arnold render, we have a lot of material instead of this. And we can change uh, type of materials on already existed, and we can use some standard surface. In the color, we should reassign our texture for the floor. Let's go to our folder and find some tile. Laminate. Okay, instead of using Lambert, use some more uh, quality material, such a standard surface. But a standard surface, when you use these shaders, increase the render time. That's why if you achieve nice result on the render, you using some standard materials, keep it. If something not looks realistic, use on them a standard surface. In the A standard surface, we have some roughness on the specular, and we can change the color for this roughness. We can change the geometry, and we can use bump map. If you don't have bump map for your texture, we can create this bump map and by using some special sites. I'm going to find my laminate, and you can go to the smart page. I will share with you this link and create normal map from any file. We can load our texture here. Open, and here we have already seen blue result. We can increase some more bias here to see the sharpness from this laminate, and we can save this file into our stand, into our folder with the textures, and name it laminate not bump, really normal. This code is normal map. Normal map will help you to see sharpness on the shader. And now in the bump map, we should apply this file. In this file, we can use created map. Laminate normal. And we already see this difference. In the file, you should keep the same repeat texture for 3 as you used in the color. 4 and 3. Now it fits with the original texture. Let's see how it looks in render. That's why the process of settings the render, you need to set the light, you need to set the shaders, and you need to assign some textures. And this process comes together, and you can see this laminate becomes more natural, and the lights and shadows covers this shader much better. Another really helpful map for the texturing is roughness. We can try to find some to create grayscale color from our texture. Maybe we can find uh, some services. Let's change a little bit bump output. If you decrease this output depth a little bit, you will get less bumps on the render. It's less sharpened and more natural, I think. And you can see these speculars on the laminate because we use some AI standard surface shader on it, and it provides realism. We can find some roughness map generator here. Maybe it will help. Here is another tutorial how you can create roughness from your color map. With the help of the Photoshop, you can also create some height map and use this height map for the roughness. The roughness control this specular on materials. Let's stop this render out and let's try to create, bless you. Here is how we can create some roughness. Specular map. Okay, let's find our laminate. And here we have some specular. We can download it. This is, I think, useful pipeline for creating some roughness map. Okay, let's copy this. Let's put this file into our textures folder, and after that we can use this in Maya. In the roughness, in the color, we can use the specular map, and now you can see the difference between just color and using additional maps. Let's see. If we have additional maps on the textures, you will get more realistic results. You can use this method on the laminate, on the fabric materials, for example, on your chairs, to provide nice and smooth shading during the render. Now you can see there is much less speculars in this area, and it's more deeper and natural. It's like we have the more shiny material we have, the less roughness we should achieve. The more weight and high quality material you need, you can use this roughness material. And now let's see overall. And here we have some metalness. Here will be our glass. Let's assign new material for the glass. We can use standard surface. We can use IE standard surface. And inside, we use preset some glass. Replace. And let's see on the render. Here we have some ceramic. In the ceramic, it's also changed settings for the roughness and specularness. Specular, it means they have some shining and reflections on its surface. And here we have some result. I think this green material looks flat, and we need to create some normals and roughness on this green material. We can fix it in the same method as we done with our floor. Without shader settings, you will not achieve the nice render and high quality render. The more you spend on the shading settings, you will get more realistic result at the end. I think here we already see how this materials looks like. With the help of HDRI texture, we will get nice reflections on your materials, and you will get nice light from outside. And let's change the materials for our green wall. We can use and load our green material here. Tile, open, save. And let's change specular map. With the help of these tools, you can create maps for every texture you downloaded and find from the internet. Bless you. Okay, let's change the shader for this tile. Delete history. We have this tile. We already have a standard surface. In the color, we are applying some roughness and specular map. And also you should change the numbers. If you use this repeat 4 and 10, don't forget to use the same repeat on the specular map 4 and 10. And for the bump map also. Go to the geometry. In the bump map, we have to assign normal map. And the same repeat on this bump map in the place 2D texture 4 and 10. And now you can see it fits together. And let's see the render, how it's changed. We can make snapshot from it. And let's re-render. And for the bump map, we can change a little bit depth. And for the roughness, we can make it more shiny. Let's see. Now you can see it looks more depth and quality instead of this snapshot. Bless you. This snapshot, this map is really flat, and here is more colorful and get some depth. Let's decrease this roughness a little bit and see what happens. And now, if you decrease the number of roughness, you will get some shiny on it. The same you can do with some wood material. When you finish with setting up your colors, shaders, if you like the light, you can increase the settings for the rendering and get your final image. But before increasing the quality, check everything in the scene. Save. Here we can apply some another material, which is we can use a standard surface, and we can make some emission on it. For example, if you have some lights here, you can use some emission. Emission, it means it will be something shiny. If you add some emission, it will shines on the render. Let's stop and duplicate my objects. Here will be some chrome material. Standard surface, we can use chrome preset. Chrome replace. Here will be our marble. In the marble we can also change for the standard surface and use some preset like ceramic, and we can use color from our texture. The same color we can assign on this plate. We can use UV automatic mapping on it. And here will be our walls material. Let's assign new material standard surface, and we can use some maybe not standard surface, just maybe Lambert with a transparency. It will be like curtain. And let's see first render look. Let's save and press play. And now we can see this pre-render with the low resolution and low settings. That's why we have some grains on this image. If we finish with shaders, with textures, everything looks nice. We can go to the settings. Let's make snapshot from this file. Let's save this result, and when you finish with the setting up, you can increase the numbers of this quality. Diffuse, oh, stop, just it's crashed. Diffuse, specular. If you have transmissions, you can also increase this one. Volume indirect, even more. This volume indirect when you have less less light in the stand, only indirect light from environment, you should increase these numbers. And wait about 1 or 2 hours to render out this image. Maybe we can start rendering this image. Let's save and see how it looks. If it looks much quality, we achieve some result, some final result. Okay, let's wait. Maybe I'm pause my video. While rendering is processing, here is some how you can use optics denoiser to clear your image. This is some plugin. If you want, you can use it by yourself, but some little noise, it's okay, I think, for the beginning tutorial. And here we can see already we have some good quality, but in the shadows we have some noises. Another way how we can improve this noise and the noise is a little bit, it's using high quality shadows from AI Sky Dome Light. We can increase the number of samples of this exposure. For example, on the 20, it's also increase the time of rendering, and we can increase the resolution a little bit more, and we can use some volume samples a bit more. And after that, let's see what changes. It previously really noise and really rough. This is from increasing some quality, and we just increase the quality of our light. In the directional light, I think we don't have. We also can increase the samples a little bit. Maybe we can increase some exposure just slightly and see what happens. Instead of using Arnold Render View, you can also use some render. It's also render view. In Maya, they fix this part. Maybe you can open the render. It's the same. Okay. You can use some render sequence. For example, here when we change something, render can stop. By using some render sequence, you can render out this image and it's freeze, for example, in this state until it's for the end. Uh, you can use this render sequence and in the settings, if you don't change the number of frames, it renders only one image. It will render only one image. Sorry. Before you render this one, check the settings. Common output should be not XR. You can use JPEG or PNG. Name extension, single frame, check renderable camera, check preset. We can increase this resolution, and we can use some file name, or maybe we can in the render sequence we can select camera and output file location, and we can put it for example in our folder and say name it render. Like this directory, and render sequence and close, and it's render a single image. uh, okay, let's wait until it's done. For example, one small moment you should know when you render this out, for example, and if you want to save this image from here, sometimes it can be not so bright, it can be dark, and you should use settings, gamma, exposure, apply color management, next, and let's save this image, for example, on the desktop, and see how it looks. It should looks the same, or yes, it looks the same. If it's darker, sometimes Maya save without gamma settings. Save image options. You should use this view transmission. Use display settings. If it change, for example, if you use in the preset by the default different settings, you will get darker result when you save image from this render. But if you use display settings, you can save the same as you see in the viewport. Okay, let's render sequence. I think it will take a long time, but we can wait a little bit. Or maybe I can send you this image in the Telegram later, and you can be free now because we don't have any breaks, and it takes approximately maybe 25 minutes or maybe longer. We can stop on this and continue on the next lecture. Don't forget, next lecture will be midterm. Bring your notebooks. Um, Midterm will be on the lecture. During the lecture time, we will get 2 hours, and you will get randomly one reference image, and you should only model from this reference image. If you have some troubles with your notebooks, before the midterm, you should ask Dmitry or me for time in the room of two, 280, and you can write this midterm on the practice. If you don't have any questions, you can be free now. Thank you for your attention.